Parachalatya Tatsurumalishamena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhisham Sthapitam Mena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kanamayam Tadadisham Padapyam Vandeham Shri Guru Srivata Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagaradatam Saganaramudanantam Tantam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sadhana Lalita Shri Visasamcha He Krishna Karna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sudhe Devi Pranamami Haripriya Mahavadantaya Krishna Prema Pradaya Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Krishna Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vatshari Gautam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayana Namaskritam Naram Chaivam Narottam Devim Saraswati Vyasatadode Mudire Nashtapraya Sudare Nityam Bhagavate Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhakti Bhavatara Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Nama Hare Krishna. Welcome all the devotees for the morning's Srimad Bhagavatam class. I seek blessings from the devotees so that I will speak the Bhagavatam in Parampara for the pleasure of the devotees Hare Krishna and for my own purification. Today we will be discussing about first canto, 17th chapter, sloka number 3, punishment and reward of Kali. So you can read along with me. Gamcha dharma duham dinam Brasham Sudra Padahatam Vivastam Asura Vadanam Shamam Yavana Ichitam Gamcha Dharma Duham Dinam Brasham Sudra Padahatam Vestam Asura Vadanam Shamam Yavacham Ichitam Gamcha Dharma Duham Dinam Brasham Sudra Padahatam Vivastam Asura Vadanam Shamam Yavacham Ichasyam. Word to word meaning gum, the cow, cha, also, dharam, dugam, beneficial because one can draw the religious from her. Dinam, now render poor. Brasham, distress. Sudra, the lowest caste. Padahakam, beaten on the leg. Vivastam, without any cough. Asura Vandanam, with a tear in her eyes. Shamam, very weak. Yavasam, grass. Ichitim, as if desiring to have some grass to eat. Translation and Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Although the cow is beneficial because one can draw religious principle from her, she was now rendered poor and coughless. Her legs were being beaten by Sudra, there were tears in her eyes, and she was distressed and weak. She was hankering after some grass in the field. Purpose. The next symptoms of the age of Kali is distressed condition of the cow. Milking the cow means drawing the principle of religion in a liquid form. the great rishis and munis would live only on milk. Srila Sukadeva Goswami would go to the householder while he was milking a cow, and he would simply take a little quantity of it for substance. Even 50 years ago, no one would deprive a sadhu a quarter or a two of milk, and every householder would give milk like water. For Sanatanasis, the follower of Vedic principle, it is the duty of every householder to have a cow and bulls as household paraphernalia, not only for drinking milk but also for deriving the religious principle. The and by performing sacrifice, the householders can be happy. The calf are not only the beautiful to look at, but also give satisfaction to the cows, and so she delivers so much milk as possible. But in Kali Yuga, the calves are separated from the cows as early as possible for the purpose which may not be mentioned in these pages of Srimad Bhagavatam. Now, cow standing in a tear with tears in her eyes. The Sudra milkman draws the milk from the cow artificially, and when there is no milk for the cow, is sent for the slaughterhouse. These greatly sinful acts are responsible for all trouble in present society. People do not know what they are doing in the name of the economic development. The influence of Kali will keep them in a darkness of ignorance. Despite all their endeavors for peace and prosperity, they must try to see the cows and bulls happy in all respects. Foolish people do not know how one earns happiness by making the cow and bulls happy, but it is a fact by the law of nature. Let us take it from the authority of Srimad Bhagavatam and adopt the principle for the total happiness of humanity. Srimad Bhagavatam. So there are few points we go deep into the meaning of it. One is that the cow milk is a liquid form of religion. So that one we will discuss. And also what Sanatanas is to follow that, how they worship the cow and all. We will also discuss about the calf, how important in cow to get happiness. And happiness of cow and bull is very important for the human people to be happy. So these are points we will discuss today's sloka. The cow is a representation of the earth. That from the beginning of the slokas we were understood that. So in Kali Yuga people exploit even the earth also. So that means the representing cows also getting exploited. So when animals are exploited, cow is exploited, naturally the distress comes into them. The cow is very important role plays in a human society. So one can draw that in the purport is mentioned, cow gives the milk is the liquid form of a religion. So how we can correlate it? If you go to the temple, we worship the Lord. So we are saying that Lord, we can take Charnamrita, we take Prasadam. So the Lord's presence also there in the form of Prasadam, Charnamrita, all that. So when you release that Prasadam, you also get nourished. That Lord, you get nourishment, not only health, also spiritually. So similarly, cow milk also is a sacred food. So that when you drink, our brain tissues are getting nourished, and which will be helpful for the spiritual understanding, scripture readings and that. So that is why the cow milk also play a role in our life. So cow milk is full of nutrition. There is no other natural thing which is having so much of nutrition available. But what vegan, there is another community of people. They are not only vegetarian, they will dead against the milk. They won't drink milk, they won't eat anything milk product. So that is popularly nowadays going. They give that because of the contamination of the milk and disease spreading because of milk. So it is not a problem with the cow milk, it is a problem with the human being. So modern technology, they invent something which is turning into this type of problem. So actually nature by default, it is not a cow milk, is not a poison to us. So what the people, vegans are saying, producing is scientifically they prove it, uh, but they are not justifying that it is because of the scientists who made the mistake. The cow when it's born, okay, the calf is there, they will give the chemicals and artificial food to grow faster. So that now when get matured, so they get more milk. To produce more milk, they give injection, artificial, all, so that it gives some milk. And also artificial semination they will do, not the natural way of meeting the bulls. So that also the cow is not even seeing a bull also, because all the male calves are slaughtered. Moment they are taken birth, because cow gives maybe male cow or female cow. They want only female calf, so that they will preserve that, and all the male calves are sent to slaughter. I have been to that Goshala near the Madhepura. I saw one auto full of male calves are there. I was really shocked. Small things. So many things they came and threw it and went off. At least some Goshalas there, they are taking care. If other places, even those are directly sent to the slaughter. That's what in the purport they say that they are not mentioned cows missing in the Srimad Bhagavatam. What all the nonsense they are doing. It's all these scientists, they are inventing so many things. The veterinarians, doctors and researchers are doing so much of nonsense. So because of that, the cow is very depressed, because it is not meeting the calf, it is not spending time, and actually cow give more milk when it calf drinks the milk. But this Sudra milkman, what he does, he will keep the calf away. Okay, he put the machines to extract milk. Even though she is not ready, they will do all nonsense. So these are the things. No, so she ultimately what happens, she is very much stressed. When cow is stressed, it directly reflects on the hormones which produce the poisons. So that poison, where it goes, it enters into the milk and it comes out. When you drink the poison, all what is required, you are not getting. What is not required, that is entering into our body. So nourishment is not happening. What these vegans are claiming, it is a fact, because it is not a cow's fault. It is a human people. There is no machine in this world available where you feed the grass and think other side you will get meat. So how we can do? So these are the things we ourselves in Kali Yuga, as we are progressing, we are deteriorating. Yesterday we were telling that degradation and deterioration happening because of this only. We ourselves putting our fire on our head and we are saying, oh, we are burning. So these are the things we have to understand that. That's so milk also, the cow milk is so much of this thing, very not only nutrition, it has pancha gavya. We say that pancha means five, gavya means product of milk. So that we use for sacrificial thing. So milk, yogurt, ghee, cow urine and cow dung. So these are all are Ayurvedic very important ingredients for curing the human disease. And also what Prabhupada says is a family should have sufficient milk. All the family members should drink sufficient milk, number one. If it anything left out, put it for curd. Eat sufficient curd. If it is left out, turn into churn it and make it butter and buttermilk. Okay, even after that anything left out, convert into ghee. Are we doing all these things? No, straight away go to the shop, get the ghee and buy. What Prabhupada says, we are not activate following it. Okay, so when this type of Prabhupada instruction which we follow, our children get nice nutrition, health is good, spiritually they will be advancing it. Instead of that, we buy them. Why we should not buy the cheap ghee? The ghee, Ayurvedic people say that the factory, all the merchants, factory people, they will extract the milk cream. Okay, directly creams are removed. And that milk only served it in the market. That cream, what they are doing, they are boiling it and converting into ghee. So it is in Vedic term, it is called the sarpi. Sarpi means slippery snake, no? So it's slice. So that is no effect for us. So that ghee doesn't have any anything to do good thing to us. It is just eating some junk. Okay. So what they are saying, the milk has to be taken, it has to be from the milk you convert into curd, convert it into buttermilk, take out the butter, and that butter has to be churned. That's what Damodar Leela, Mother Yashoda is teaching us. She churns for Krishna. She not went to the shop, purchase the ghee for Krishna. She is churning. The reason for churning is when you churn, it not only butter comes out, okay, it also produces the heat. The sufficient heat is generated. That is where it is required. So it is all the segregating and all things. That way when you make it in the ghee, that has a 100% nutrition thing. When you drink that ghee, it is good for our health. So you will not have any side effect. Scientists, one side is telling heart attack comes because of the ghee you are consuming. And the other side, Ayurvedic people say that you drink ghee to protect your heart. So two contradictory things. So the reason behind it, the way it is produced, it is not the ghee problem. That's what we have to understand. It is not the ghee is a mistake. The way how we have to extract the ghee from the milk. So we have to be very careful on that. What to eat, what to drink. That is very important for us. So cow milk is the foundation for good health. So that's why Sanatana people also know they have the cows in their house, okay, and cows and bulls in their house, and it is not only for their household usage of the milk. They will give the sadhus also. That's what they say. They are quoting that Sukadeva Goswami. He goes door to door. He spends the time till they are milking it, and he takes the milk and leaves the place. That's all. That is a sadhu role. Okay. So those days they used to give that. That's what there is a sadhu of a quarter or 2 milk. Here the quart means 1 liter. So how much milk we have to drink each person? 1 liter or 2 liter. Now how much we are drinking? ml, 100 ml, 50 ml, 20. Children, no, don't put milk also. Give me black coffee, black tea. So where you will get a nourishment to the brain? Nothing is coming up. So whereas Bhagavatam clearly says that how much we should eat, what we should supposed to eat and all.
So we should all go back to village.
Yes. You want to protect your next generation. That is very important. See, we have to see that next generation how it is very required. So cows and bulls are being separated. Okay, they're killing. Similarly, husband goes to Dubai and working, wife goes to the office, and children are put into what is called that? Daycare. So where the love and the happiness will happen within the family. Similarly, they do for the animals also. They separate everybody, and so the happiness will come. So to get a real happiness of the humans, we need to that happiness of the cow and bulls is important. Also, we have to understand that in the quote they say that the Sanatanis worship the cow on religious principle, respect Brahmanas. So Brahmanas also play a very important role. So nowadays, all these Tamil Nadu and many places they dead against the Brahmanas. Because they are one of the clans that Gauriya Prabhu said because of that they fall down from the Brahminical culture, they have been victimized now. So nobody supports and nobody cares about them. So that is not protected. So what is the role of a Brahmana? We have to see that. Traditionally, when Krishna was performing the Govardhan Leela, he asked all the Vridavasis, okay, to protect to worship the cow, Brahmanas. Okay, so he also showed that Leela to show that these two peoples are very important in life. The human society totally depending on peace and prosperity, but they don't know that they have to take care of the cow and Brahmanas. So that is that. Brahmanas are given direction to the people. That's why Brahmanas are required. Similarly, cow gives the most important food like milk. Okay, and milk products, very important for our brain. Cow is used for the cow milks are used for the sacrifices. So even the ghee is for a fire sacrifice. It's a very important, ghee is important, it plays a role. Bhagavad Gita also, chapter 4, it says about the sacrifices. No? Um, if you perform sacrifices, the human society will be very happy. You will get rain, timely rain, right rain, not too much rain, not too less rain, which is the grass, all the products, agricultural products will grow, and people will be happy. If people getting food, they'll be happy. If you don't food, then naturally people will be unhappy only. So that's what in Western countries are happening. The poverty line, lack of food. There was in Russia also, no, there's a cart full of, he taken the money to buy a loaf of bread. So even people used to stand in big queue to get a loaf of bread. So because of scarcity. So people should understand that food sacrifice is very important, and we have to do that one. Nobody will be happy if they don't perform sacrifices. Okay, and nobody will get necessity if they don't perform the sacrifices. In general, people will not get good rainfall. So we have to understand sacrifice. For us also, Harinam Sankirtan, if you do spread, people stand, it is as good as the sacrifices. So these are the things we need to understand, that importance of the Harinam, importance of the Vedic scripture, what they are trying to tell. The law of nature. Law of nature, regardless of, okay, people have a faith in the law of nature or doesn't have faith in law of nature, or they have educated, uneducated, they know something. Law of nature doesn't bother. It will give them punishment. Okay, if you kill cows and all the calves, then naturally they will be put into trouble only. That they are not understanding. It is like one way, the rule of traffic rule. Whether you know or not, if you are caught in the police, he will put fine. It doesn't mean that, okay, I am uneducated, I didn't see signboard, is the police excuse you? No. Similarly, law of nature also doesn't bother whether you are educated, uneducated, you know it or not. If you do mistake, you are punished. So we have to be very careful with that. There was also, there is that if you are a cow killer, the number of hairs, that much of life he has to take birth in the hellish planet. So much of punishments is there. So how many people are aware of it? They are going on killing only for making money. Actually, India, there are Asian countries, they produce so much of cattle to import to Western countries for starting house. Okay, but though they are killing, but the root cause is our people only. So these people also be part of that sin. The influence of Kali keeps the people in darkness of ignorance. Despite of endeavor for peace and prosperity, they must try to see the cow and bull are happy. So this is very important. And scientists also know, they don't know the law of nature. So they're not reading the Vedic scriptures, the Srimad, Bhagavatam and all. So clear, crystal clear says what we are supposed to do, what we are not supposed to do. Just for earning money sake, they try to invent their own rules and regulations, religion. Yesterday we were discussing that New Age religion. So people, they will create their own religions and rules and regulations. Similarly, scientists also know, in the name of science and technology, they come up with their own information saying that you follow this, you don't follow this and that. So they are also a kind of atheist only. So this we have to understand that. That's what Prabhupada also says that. The cows standing with the tears in her eyes, the Sudra milks from the cow artificially. So much of deterioration happens. So ghee is another term called the means of good life. So if you drink ghee, it gives so much of good life is there. There are a Brahmin community, moment they go to their house, first they drink 1 glass of ghee, okay, 10 sweets, okay, they eat sufficiently, Brahman Bhojana they say, whenever go North and Brahman Bhojana, give money and all they say. That means he is fully satisfied with the prasad, okay, and anything cooked in ghee is only called as a food, for eatable. Anything you cook other than ghee, it is not considered. We are very fortunate that in Salem we went, we heard that entire cooking is happening only with ghee. Bhakti Vikas Maharaj is so much practically he is applying that Bhagavatam instructions. So only we are contaminated, we use all uh, ingredient to make food item. But no, that is not at all there. So ghee is very important. Yeah, even Bhakti Rasamta Maharaj, when he went for the Ayurvedic treatment, no, they started giving ghee for drinking. Initially, because we are not addicted to only for prasadam we eat ghee. But for treatment, Ayurvedic treatment, they started with a small ml, then increase, and the day will come, they'll give one full glass of ghee to drink. Okay, that much of ghee play a role for our health. Okay, we do. We are not understanding the importance of ghee. So if you drink it, you get so much of nourishment, so much of health. You will be away from the uh, disease, basically. And also milk. There are milk and milk products. So Ayurvedic also say that for diarrhea you take curd or buttermilk. Diarrhea problem is solved. Some disease you drink milk, it solves. So even there are other animals also produce milk. That also some extent Ayurvedic say that it is useful for certain disease. Like goat milk, it is used for TB, tuberculosis. So because goat doesn't have the tuberculosis, so when you drink that, okay. So all the Krishna's creation is meant for us and our health, so that when we are free from the disease, we can focus on the spirituality. When you are sick, we can't even chant. One small tooth pain, that's enough. We'll keep that chanting back. Please, till my tooth pain complete, I cannot chant. So this is the way of life. So that's why Krishna understood that as okay, the human population is to do the sacrifices, do the spiritual advancement. He is not asking to earn money and all the things. So people have to understand that, okay. And also it is, if they say that there is an atheist in Vedic philosopher, he's an atheist, Charu Muni. What he says that beg, borrow or steal, eat ghee and ghee, food made out of ghee only. One atheist is telling about the importance of ghee and they live a good life. Okay, he is declaring it in Vedic philosopher itself. So such a time itself. Now we are saying that eat, drink, marry. What you do, nobody cares. Somehow you earn money. Okay? This is a modern thing. But what Vedic says, you have to eat ghee. Okay? So, and also people say that if you steal all the things, so beg, borrow, steal, is it not a sin? Then that atheist saying that, no, anyhow, your body is going to die. Why you worry about that? When you are in this life, be healthy. So, we have to, in this message, we have to understand that health is very important. We have to take ghee so that we maintain our body for this life to do spiritual things. This small message, I just wind up that. I just touch upon the quarter meaning for the quarter. Rishis and Munis, they give an importance for the milk and cow and bull, how important for our happiness, human society happiness. If they are happy, we are also happy. We should not go behind the scientific way of veterinary way of getting the milk, butter, ghee and all the things which is harmful for us, and they themselves will, for the money sake, they do all the time. But we have to go with the Vedic way of producing the ghee and milk, and sufficient milk has to be fed to the whole family so that our health will be improved. Like the Srimad Bhagavatam. Any question, clarification? It's very interesting topic. I just covered it.